guys, are you excited for our trip today? Okay, then first of all, my name is Anastasia Dirama. You can call me Anastasia. I'm as your tour guide today, and here I want to accompany you to sing and give the information about Penataran Temple. So before we start our tour, because it's still the pandemic situation, just to remind you that we must wear a mask, keep our distance, obey protocols, and then use the sanitizer. Okay, then let's go. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna tell you about the history of Penataran Temple. So, Penataran Temple, or its originally name is Pala Temple, is a cluster of Hindu Sivatis, a religious temple located in Penataran village, Legok district, Blitar Regency, East Java. So, this site was added to the UNESCO World Heritage tentative list on October 19, 1995 in the cultural category. So, Penataran Temple was originally built by the king of the Kingdom of Kediri, namely King Sringga. King Sringga ruled the Kingdom of Kediri in 1119. So, construction of Penataran Temple served as a place of worship of Hindus who are the majority religion. The pattern of the initial building of this temple is Hindu Sivatis. Then in 1286, built Dragon Temple in the complex of Penataran Temple. In the Dragon Temple, there are relief of 9 people who support dragons. Dragon itself is a symbol of Chandra Sengkala. And then Penataran Temple was not only built during the Kediri Kingdom, but continued during the reign of Jayanegara, Tribuana Tunggadewi, and Hayam Wuruk from Majapahit Kingdom. Thus, the function of this magnificent temple not only stopped in the heyday of the kingdom, and also used to the next major kingdoms, namely Singasari and Majapahit. Originally, this Penataran Temple was named Palah Temple. This is an accordance with the inscription Palah on the back of the temple. This temple as a happy form of King Sringga because apart from the disaster that destroyed the four corners. Okay guys, I will tell you about the part of the temple in Penataran Temple. So the first part is Pendopo Terrace. So in front of the temple there is a Pendopo Terrace. It is thought that Pendopo Terrace used as a place put offering in religious ceremony or resting place of kings and other nobles. So Pendopo Terrace building date in 1297 Saka. As in Bali Agung, Pendopo Terrace is also wrapped around a snake terrace whose tails are convoluted, its head poked up between the pillars of the building. This build was made during the time of Queen Tribuana Tunggadewi during the Majapahit Kingdom. So guys, as you can see, it is Pendopo Terrace, and it is the architecture here. Okay guys, I will accompany you to the next temple. Okay, follow. So guys, as you can see in the next part of the temple in Penataran Temple, it is Bali Agung. So the front temple complex is Bali Agung. The building is located at the front and is made of stone. In Bali Agung, there are 4 stairs. The body of Bali Agung's building is skinned by a dragon snake. The head of the snake is stuck on the left and right side of the building. On its stairway, there is a statue of a god in the form of a statue of Mahakal. Above Bali Agung's, each corner is a stone, and it is thought that this stone as a pile of wooden poles as the roof of the building. So Bali Agung is estimated to function as a place of deliberation for religious leaders. And it is possible that the roof of Bali Agung is made of palm oil or side. So guys, in this temple it is called Candi Angkataun or Brawijaya Temple. So it is another building at the front of Penataran Temple is Angkatahun Temple, or also often called Brawijaya Temple. This temple was built in 1295, and people often also mention Ganesha Temple, because in this temple room there is a statue of Lord Ganesha sitting on Padmasana. So this temple was built in the era of Majapahit Kingdom, and this is strengthened by the relief of Surya Majapahit on the top of the head. And the next part, it is Dwarapala Temple. So entering the second complex, bordered by the presence of ancient brick walls, it is thought to be a wall building but has collapsed. There are two Dwarapala with smaller size than Dwarapala at the front door. This one and this one, you can see. Okay, on the inside of the central courtyard, there is Dragon Temple. This temple only remains part of the legs and body only. It is called Dragon Temple because the surrounding building of the temple body is wrapped around a dragon that is supported by 9 figures. These characters wear magnificent clothes as if they were Patara from heaven. The image of the dragon supported by 9 people hints at a Chandra Sengkala or Nagamuluk Sinangga Jalma, which mean the number of 12 egg saka. So guys, as you can see in the next part, there is another temple in Penataran Temple. So at the back of the temple complex there is a main temple building and also a patirtan. Not only that, there is also a pala inscription that mention the origin of Penataran Temple and its function. This main temple is located on higher ground than the others. This further strengthened if the main temple is considered the most sacred. The main temple consists of 3 arranged terraces. On each side of the stairs there are 2 Mahakala statues, which in the lapiknya there is a number in 12 and 69 saka. So around the temple wall on the first terrace there are relief of Ramayana story. To be able to read it must start from the northwest corner. On the second terrace, around the wall is filled with relief sculptures Krishnayana story, whose plot can be followed pradaksina or clockwise. While on the third terrace, in the form of relief of dragon and wingless lion, the third terrace is almost square. The walls are carved with statues of winged lions and winged dragon. His head slightly look forward while the lion wing his hind legs in a crouch position while the front legs were raised upward. On the southwest side of the backyard there are 2 remains buildings. This building is a small temple of stone that has collapsed. It is thought that this small temple was first created in conjunction with pala inscription through prastita ceremony. Okay guys, so we are in the next part of this temple. So it is a pala inscription. A pala inscription is inside the back of Penataran Temple. This inscription is a stone palus. On this inscription is taught the purpose of function of the construction of the temple palace. Not only that, the inscription also depicts the happiness of King Sringga. In the area of the temple complex, there is also a pond dated 13 and 37 Saka, which is located behind the southeast temple near the river flow. The year sculptured on the pond was the youngest year. Okay guys, do you guys get the information about Penataran Temple? So unfortunately, I think it is at the end of our tour activities today. So hope you guys enjoy our tour. If there are any mistake, I apologize for that. And if there is opportunity, hopefully we can meet again. And if there are questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you everyone. Goodbye. Have a nice day.